Hello, I'm Dana, aka Auntie Dana. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, Pink Shirt Day is something so important to me. So I'd like to share with you a story, and I'll talk a little bit as we go along. This is a book by the Berenstain Bears. Well, not by them, about them. And that is written by Mike Berenstain. And he is actually the son of Stan and Jan Berenstain, who started the series, let's see here, back in 1962. Very cool. All right, this is Stand Up to Bullying, right? Pink Shirt Day started in 2007. There were two boys in a school in Ontario, and they noticed there was another boy being picked on just for wearing a pink shirt. So they went out. The next day they bought 50 tank tops and they came back to school and handed them out. By the end of the week, nearly everyone in the school was wearing a pink shirt, and the bullying stopped. Now that is bystanders doing something about it, right? Like, we're not just going to watch this kid get picked on. We're going to do something, right? So Auntie Dana today has a book for you, Stand Up to Bullying. And I have the pink shirts. And after the story, I'm going to show you how to make a kindness kite. All right? Because it's lift each other up. It's the saying for Pink Shirt Day, right? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, the bully gang. It says the Too Tall gang is Vinny. Too Tall. Oh my goodness, look at him. What a character. He likes to make fun of people, huh? Smirk and Scuzz. Let's find out what kind of trouble they're trying to make, right? Everyone in Bear Country knew Too Tall Grizzly and his gang were bullies. Teasing, taunting, pushing, shoving, heckling, bunch of bullies. But what everyone did not know was that bullies like them could be bullied themselves. It all came out when brother, sister, and Honey Bear paid a visit to Farmer Ben's farm. Oh, there we see bullies in action. They're saying hurtful names and teasing. And there's the bear cubs on their way for the farm adventure. The three cubs were on their way to help Mrs. Ben pick apples for her special apple pie. Nearing the farmer's orchard, they heard voices, angry voices. Peeking around the trunk of an apple tree, they saw the Too Tall gang in the middle of an argument. Oh my goodness, there you can see. Oh, look at, he doesn't look very happy. Get up there, Scuzz, Too Tall yelled to one of his gang. Throw down some apples to us. That's an order. Wow. They don't look very nice, do they? But, Chief, whined the cub named Scuzz, that tree is really high, and I'm not much of a climber. Ha ha, taunted the gang. Scuzz is scared, Scuzz is scared. He's a chicken. Then they began to flip their arms and cluck like chickens. Back, back, they chuckled. Scuzz is a chicken, Scuzz is a chicken. Scuzz was so scared, but he didn't want the gang to think he was chicken. So he gritted his teeth and began to climb. And there they are making the silly chicken noises. And he's worried. I mean, that's safety, right? He's going to try to get up there. He thinks he has to. As brother, sister, and Honey watched, Scuzz slowly climbed the tree. Shaky, he reached for an apple, but he reached too far. and slipped. "Oh no!" gasped Sister. You can see him. Right? Luckily, Scuzz caught a branch under his knees and dangled upside down. "Help!" he yelled. "Help!" But the gang just laughed. Gah. Now Scuzz is flying like a bird. They cackled and flapped their arms. "Tweet, tweet," they sang. "Scuzz is a birdie." Can you believe it? Instead of helping their friend who was scared and was about to fall down, they just kept making fun. "Why, those no-good bullies," growled Brother, as he began to march out to put a stop to things. Oh, look at, he's determined. That's when Mrs. Ben appeared. She had been hiding inside the hollow trunk of an old apple tree and jumped out to grab Two Ball by the back of the neck. Look at that. Right? Most times it does take an adult to step in. Now, she's not hurting him at the back of the neck. She's grabbing him by the shirt. But sometimes, got to give that person a shock. "Gotcha, you varmints," she cried. "Lucky I heard you coming into the orchard and hid myself." "Lego," said Too Tall. "We didn't do nothing." "What about your friend dangling up there?" asked Mrs. Ben. "You call that nothing?" "Oh, don't worry about Scuzz," said Too Tall. "He has a thick skull. If he falls, it won't hurt him much." "Ha ha! Look at Mrs. Ben. Not as thick as your skull, I'll warrant," said Mrs. Ben, pointing at his head. "Now, you three young scamps skedaddle up that tree and fetch that poor feller down," ordered Mrs. Ben. They skedaddled. No one crossed Mrs. Ben when her dander was up. As they helped Scuzz get down, Brother, Sister, and Honey joined Mrs. Ben. Oh, they're coming down. Mrs. Ben's making sure they're really going to do it. "Why, hello there, cubs," said Mrs. Ben. "I was expecting you. Did you witness all this commotion?" "Yes, we did," said Sister. "I never realized that bullies even bully each other sometimes." Yeah, who knew? Oh, let's get the right page. "Anyone can be a victim of bullying," said Mrs. Ben, "and there hangs a tale, just like this young'un hanging from that apple tree. Did you cubs ever hear the story of Joseph and his brothers?" The cubs shook their heads. Too Tall rolled his eyes, but stopped when Mrs. Ben caught him. "Long ago in the Holy Land," began Mrs. Ben, "there lived a man named Jacob." There she is telling the story. Yeah, the story's sure to have a lesson, so let's find out. Now, Jacob had 12 sons, Mrs. Ben went on, but his favorite was his youngest, Joseph. Jacob gave him a special gift, a coat of many colors. This made the other brothers so jealous that they plotted against Joseph. They stole his coat and threw him in a pit. Oh my, oh my. "Tisk, tisk, tisk," said Scuzz. "His own brothers." It is a shock, isn't it? The brothers decided to sell Joseph into slavery in the land of Egypt, said Mrs. Ben. Wow, said Too Tall. Harsh. Years later, continued Mrs. Ben, Joseph gained his freedom and met his brothers once again. At first, he was very angry with them. Well, naturally, said Scuzz. But his brothers were very sorry for what they had done so long ago, said Mrs. Ben, and Joseph forgave them. Then they all wept and embraced each other. That's nice, said Scuzz. So yeah, they wept. So a lot of times forgiveness comes with a good feeling in it, and it's tears of joy. Now, said Mrs. Ben, do you young scalawags want to be like the brothers of Joseph, picking on one of your own and others? No, ma'am, mumbled the gang. Why, your friend here might have been seriously hurt falling out of that tree, exclaimed Mrs. Ben. Is that what you want? Well, no, admitted Too Tall. We wouldn't want Scuzz to get hurt much. There now, said Mrs. Ben, lesson learned. Come along with me and have some of my special apple pie. Oh boy, cheered the cubs. And, added Mrs. Ben, we'll have no more of this confounded bullying. Understood? Yes, ma'am, they replied, and they meant it. No one crossed Mrs. Ben when she was offering her special apple pie. Looks good. Okay, it says we have some information from brother, sister, and honey bear about bullying. Bullying can be many things. It can be hitting, name-calling, hurtful teasing, and other mean things that make a person feel bad or sad. Bullying is not acceptable behavior. We were each created to be loved and respected and to show that same respect towards others. Every place we go, home, school, the playground, the ball field, should feel safe from bullying. Every day is a great day to talk about bullying. Not just on Pink Shirt Day, but all the time, right? Pink Shirt Day gives us that nice big reminder that bullies, we won't put up with you. And people being bullied, you are not alone. We're here with you, okay? Now, always tell an adult you trust. Don't think it's your fault. Talk to other kids or join a club where you can learn about handling bullies. Never keep it a secret. Never think you are a tattletale. Okay? I have the Kindness Kite that I made, and in the spirit of lifting each other up, we're going to do another one right now. Okay. So, you can do any shape you like. I took pink construction paper because it's Pink Shirt Day, right? So there's a hand. I cut out my hand. And then I also did a heart from this one. And a straw. I thought we'll use something different, right? Now, because it's Pink Shirt Day, I thought also, I didn't design this one yet because we're going to do that together. So, because it's a hand, I thought if we say, I am a helping hand. I am a helping hand. So what that means, if you know of somebody being bullied or being hurt and teased, you can give a helping hand by going and tell an adult, right? it might not be safe for you to do something about the bullying yourself, but you can go and tell, and that's how you can give a helping hand, right? We never just want to leave somebody being hurt, right? I am a helping hand. All right, let's get this on the back. So we're gonna just tape this on. All right, piece of tape, if you will. And I'm gonna put it all the way up there. Well, because the fingers can be a little flimsy. So let's see how that worked out. Let's see. Da 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 da. Right? Okay. All right. So what do we need yet? There's one more thing we need to make it into the kite, and yes, it's the kite tail, which helps the kite fly when fly in the wind, right? Keep its balance. Okay. So I've got pink ribbon. I'm going to snip a piece off, any piece, and we're going to tie one end of it. Well, sorry. One day when there's more time, you could do a tie. I'm just going to give it a quick, another piece of tape. Okay. So you can somehow put that in the tape first, and then just anywhere. So it will stay on. And then I'm just going to have to put it down just for a moment, because you can see here that a kite string usually has bows or something. So that's what I'm just going to make a little bit. It's curl ribbon. So we'll just make a few little squigglies, right? Squigglies. Okay. Ooh, this one has a longer tail, and that's okay. All right, kindness kite. Kindness kite, to lift each other up. Thank you so much for joining me for Pink Shirt Day. You know, I think it's really, really important that we show kindness, and we're good to our family, our friends, and even other kids, right? In the school, because we all deserve to have a safe experience at school, right? And in the playground. Okay, I'll talk to you really soon, okay? Take care. Bye now.